Hey, Mika, what do you mean you're not going to give your sister a wedding gift? I can't stand it that you're not going to the important wedding. Do you know who my younger sister, Heather, is getting married to? She's getting married to a guy she stole from me. How am I supposed to celebrate that? Gosh, you are still acting like a kid. How long are you going to keep saying that? Stop whining about the past. What? So, what's the problem if she stole a guy from you? It was your fault for allowing her to take him from you. But you're still playing the role of a tragic heroine. It's time to get yourself together. Don't tell me to get myself together so easily. My true sister and the person I love betrayed me. And how come you are saying that it was my fault? I've been telling you since you were little. If you don't want your date to be taken away, you must make him yours as soon as possible. It was your fault that you didn't marry Edward. But you have been like that since when you were little. You were saving the strawberries on the cake for the last until they were eaten by others in the end. The last donut was also sold out right in front of you. Someone always takes them away from you because you are so slow. It's not someone. Heather always takes them. Not only the strawberries on the cake, but the last donut too. Heather always steals them from me unexpectedly. Stop saying like it's my fault. Whatever way you look at it, you are the one to blame. If you don't want them taken away from you, eat or buy them right away. It's all your fault for being careless and allowing her to take them away from you. Really, you're still a clumsy girl. But why? How come you're never on my side? As a mother, you should be upset with Heather for stealing from me. Don't I always tell you? I dislike a clumsy kid more than a thief. That's why I was always annoyed and frustrated when I was with you. No way. You're no longer a child, so move on quickly. It's your fault that you let her take your boyfriend away. Heather and Edward are very happy right now. Don't get in the way of those two. Hey sis, don't be glum forever. Simply say you'll attend her wedding ceremony. Your mom is furious because you have yet to confirm your attendance. If you want me to attend, then you should apologize to me. Then I'll think about it again. Huh? Why do I have to apologize to you? Apologize to me for stealing my boyfriend from me. Why don't you bring Edward and apologize to me together? Otherwise, I can sort out my feelings. I can't possibly attend a wedding ceremony like this. Why do we have to apologize to you? I'm never going to apologize to you, Mika. It's not my fault, nor is it his fault. What did you say? Didn't Mom also tell you? Normally, the person who is stolen is to blame. It's natural for an old-fashioned person with a low income like you to be swapped. So stop acting like a victim. Hey, what do you mean by what you just said? Did you say I'm poor and old-fashioned? Who would do nursing jobs nowadays? Working for low wages, regardless of how hard you work, is pointless. What's more, since you are dealing with old people every day, you smell horrible. The odor of aging people has become a part of you. Don't make fun of my job. It's true that they say the salary is low, but it's an important job that the world needs. An important work? A job just to take care of old people? You have no idea how hard the job is. I don't care if it's difficult or rewarding. A low annual income is still a low annual income. On top of that, it's all true that you smell like an old person. It's no surprise Edward prefers you to me. It's because I'm young and attractive, and I work for a large corporation. You are right. I'm sure you're getting paid more than me. Oh, yeah. So, please change your mind as soon as possible and bless your sister and her husband. Edward says he would rather marry me than you. If you can't support the happiness of the person you love, you're not eligible to be his ex-girlfriend. It's the first time I felt so humiliated. You look down on my work and me. If you keep living like this, you'll get screwed over someday. Yeah, I don't mind getting screwed over, even if it means getting a forehead flick. So promise me to come to our wedding. We'll show off to you how happy we are. Mika, come to the hospital right now. It's Heather. She was in a car accident. What? Heather? The wedding day is approaching, but she appears to have had a great time drinking a lot of alcohol with her friends. And she crossed the crosswalk despite the traffic light. And she appears to have been hit by a car. You got to be kidding me. Is she hurt? They took her to the hospital, right? Is she alive? Thankfully, it's not life-threatening. The doctor, however, stated that her legs would no longer move. What? Her legs appear to be affected by neurothesis. So she can't move her legs anymore. They claim she will be paralyzed and will have to use a wheelchair for the rest of her life. No way. Heather, who used to be so energetic, can no longer walk? She's really an idiot. This weekend was supposed to be the wedding, and now she's been seriously injured. What's going to happen with the wedding? She'd be in the hospital for a while. I believe it will be cancelled. Yes, I immediately contacted the groom, Edward, and requested that he cancel the wedding. But Edward is a jerk. He says that if she's going to continue to live in a wheelchair, he wants to cancel the marriage itself. He says that he wishes to abandon his marriage plans with Heather. It's complicated, but I kind of understand how he feels. Heather and Edward are still in their 20s. What would you do if you were suddenly asked to assist someone in a wheelchair? He is not prepared for anything. What kind of nonsense are you talking about? I would definitely make him marry Heather. Otherwise, your father and I will have to care for Heather for the rest of our lives. I'm never going to do that. Excuse me? Your dad will be retiring soon. He was telling me about the relaxed life after he retired. And now, Heather is forced to live in a wheelchair. I don't want my old age to turn into a tough life taking care of Heather. What do you mean? You don't want to take care of her? She's your precious daughter. I know that, but I just can't. So, Mika, I'll leave Heather to your care. Huh? Me? I was able to persuade him to marry her on the condition that you, as a nurse, take care of her. Thanks to you, it was decided that they would marry according to the plan. What did you say? Wait a moment. Why did you accept it without consulting me? It's okay, I swear. You are a professional, and I'm sure you'll take excellent care of your sister. And as her mother, I'll give you a little help too. You will do 90% of the work, and I will do 10%. What? After all, you are leaving everything to me? Then you don't care if something like this destroys your sister's marriage. If you cooperate, they can get married as planned. But are you deliberately refusing to cooperate? Are you saying that I and your father have to look after Heather for the rest of our lives? It's not like that, but it doesn't mean that you can leave everything to me, right? You're a trained caregiver. It's natural for people to leave everything to you. You're a clumsy girl, but you should help your family once in a while. Let's help her as a team. I'm counting on you as a professional." "Huh? Impossible." "What are you talking about?" "What's the harm in saying the impossible impossible? Nursing care is harder work than you think. It's obviously impossible if you're suddenly asked to care for someone. Don't make hasty decisions about what's impossible. Your family is in trouble, and you are not going to help us? And you're the one who says it?" Despite the fact that I was in trouble because my boyfriend had been stolen from me. "You did nothing to assist me." "What?" "You rather blame me for it. You've never taken my side." "Well, that's a different topic, isn't it? You just had your boyfriend taken away from you. Heather, on the other hand, has lost her ability to move her legs. She is paralyzed. Now that this has occurred, it is impossible unless you, as a professional caregiver, assist us." "Don't worry. Nursing care can be provided by anyone, including family members. Many people obtain nursing care qualifications to care for their families. Nursing care is all about practice and getting used to it." "Huh? Is that so?" "But it's sometimes difficult to care for family members. That's why people put them in a nursing facility. Nothing is more heartbreaking than assisting a relative with toileting or bathing. But Heather made fun of that kind of work. I absolutely don't want to take care of people like her." "What do you mean? You don't want to help her? Then what about Heather's marriage? Edward and others told me that they can't take care of her. It became a condition of marriage that you look after her." "The point is, they only want someone to take care of her, right? Then, Mom, you should do it instead of me. You are a housewife and stay home all day. Spend a few hours each day doing your best for Heather." "I can't do that. I don't have any strength, and this is my first time caring for someone." "Nursing has to do with efficiency. Mom, you always tell me to do things efficiently. All you got to do is do the same now." "What?" "Well, good luck. I'll be praying for you." "Hey, please, Mika. You have to take care of me. I can't stand it when my mom takes care of my toileting needs. I prefer that you take care of me instead of her." "What, your mom is nursing you already?" "Because I'm leaving the hospital next week. The nurses are teaching her how to do it before I leave. But Mom sucks at it, and it's embarrassing, and I can't take it anymore." "Don't say that. She's doing her best, even though she's not used to it." "It's extremely embarrassing to have my elderly parents look after me. I feel sorry for her and I can't take it anymore. I'm asking you to do me a favor for the rest of my life, Mika. I want you to take care of me." "Will you then pay me $4,000 per month? Then I'll do it for you." "What? A monthly salary? Don't tell me you're going to steal money from your family." People make fun of your own income when you work in the care industry. I want a specific amount of money, so I won't be mocked again. So please pay me a fair wage so that I can do my job with pride. If you are okay with it, I'll take care of you." No, that's crazy. Why should I pay $4,000 a month to you to take care of me? You're the one who wants to be nursed. You are an adult. Don't you know supply and demand? The price and salary are determined by the balance of supply and demand. But $4,000 is too much. We are a family. Taking money from a blood-related family is a repugnant act. Then forget it. You just have to put up with your mother's amateur nursing. I will not accept anything less than $4,000. Don't be so mean. Even my mom is saying, I don't want to do it now. If you refuse to accept the job, the marriage proposal is off the table. Oh my, so Mom has already given up. No matter how many times I asked Edward to marry me, he refused. Marriage is out of the question if we can't provide someone to care for me. He claims that he wants a healthy wife and that he can no longer be with me. So he declared that he was moving on to another woman. But let's just take it for granted and switch your minds. What? What do you mean by let's take it for granted? That's what you told me when you stole my boyfriend, right? It's your fault it was stolen from you. It's natural to be switched. That's exactly what you said. So, with that mindset, you should do your best to get over it. But if you do not want to be nursed, you must practice being self-sufficient. You're still young, and if you work hard enough, you can accomplish anything, even if you're in a wheelchair. You must put in the effort and be creative in order to avoid the need for a nursing service. Please, help me, Mika. Nursing Heather is much harder than I imagined. Her immobile legs are very heavy, and getting her to the toilet is extremely difficult. I'm too old to take care of her. Don't give up. There are people your age who looks after their parents. Shut up. I'm doing the best I can. How did this all happen? Besides, if Heather hadn't got overly excited and caused herself an accident that day. Stop whining about something that has already passed. When I hear you speak like that, it irritates me more and more. What? Come on, try to act efficiently. Even I, the one you mocked, am doing it. I'm sure someone like you is capable of it, right? Nursing is just a matter of getting used to it and doing it efficiently. Don't be so mean. You know what? This will all be resolved if you help me, Mika. So, you've heard about me from Heather, right? If you want my help, you're going to have to pay me $4,000 a month. If you're not going to pay me that, I'm never going to help you. You're such a greedy devil, trying to take advantage of your family. How dare you talk like that to your own family? Who's a greedy devil? The person attempting to take away $4,000 in labor per month for free is clearly the devil. Free labor exploitation is the very definition of a money grubber. But we are family. Your sister is in trouble. And her sister, who is a caregiver, won't help her. That's terrible. We're family, you say? Why don't we just end our relationship if you're going to say we're a family so much? What did you say? You won't say such troubling things to me if we're not family. That way, you have no other choice but to give up on me. So, I believe it is best for both of us to end our relationship. Oh no, wait a minute. Breaking off our relationship is too much. We're a family after all. Please don't abandon us. I'm a very clumsy girl. I don't have a choice but to end our relationship or sacrifice myself. But I never want to sacrifice myself. So as of today, I will delete everything about myself, including my contact information. Since you're a family, please work together to take care of Heather. I moved to a new city and changed my contacts, job, and address. I've heard rumors from time to time about how my mother and her family are doing. I've heard that they are struggling their own way. Heather's marriage was canceled shortly thereafter, and she was pissed. Heather was so angry that she kept taking it out on her friends who had visited to encourage and meet her. When she realized, she lost contact with all of her friends. My mom stopped caring for her alone and hired a caregiver for Heather. She started working part-time to pay for it. Money vanishes in an instant, no matter how hard she works. She is depressed every day. By the way, her ex-boyfriend Edward, he already had a bad rep for abandoning his girlfriend to be with her sister. But he is now regarded as a supervillain due to a rumor that he abandoned Heather, who was living her life in a wheelchair. No women approach him, and his friends tell him, "My life will be ruined if I continue to hang out with you," and people are leaving him one after the other.